close calls and crashes. Metro makes another move to educate drivers about dangerous and illegal left turns. A little girl gets lost.
She looks terrified, scared to death.
Metro employees rush to reunite her with family. A heart-pounding rescue as a bus operator races to save a 4-year-old in the middle of Westheimer. You see her there on your screen, highlighted in that small circle. Plus, walk and roll right into Memorial Park using the new bridge across the Katy Freeway. I'm Doug Deloney, and this is Metro Matters. We're starting with those new safety signs you might have already spotted at key intersections along the Metrorail Red Line. The goal is to keep drivers from making dangerous decisions that lead to close calls or, worse, accidents when they turn into the path of moving trains. Metro's Chelsea Trahan is here with details on this potentially life-saving initiative. Chelsea, it's all about location.
Doug, that's exactly right. The intersections involved in this pilot project already have signs letting drivers know that no left turns are allowed, but the additional signage may be more visible to motorists. They're attached to yellow poles and at eye level to drivers. Metro Safety Department hopes this will keep people from turning in front of the train.
Data from FY 2021 to June 2023 showed nearly 44% of collisions along Metrorail were caused by vehicles making illegal left turns.
We focus on safety on every aspect or every decision that we make.
A statistic that Metro Safety Department is working to decrease.
It will be a ripple effect. It will help us with our on-time performance and provide better customer service.
When evaluating safety solutions, Metro looks at what can be done both internally and externally. In this case, motorist behavior remains a top concern.
Motorists are distracted, or sometimes they're confused because they're not familiar with the area. They could potentially either make a mistake and make a turn where they're not supposed to, or they can either ignore that sign.
The pilot project focuses on sign visibility, installing no left turn signs at eye level at 12 intersections with the most collisions along the Red Line. The authority found other cities had successfully implemented a similar project. Updates were made to fit Houston's traffic patterns and rail system.
We reach out to them, and with the number of accidents that they were able to reduce during the pilot program was so significant. So we're hoping to get the same result.
Monitoring and evaluating safety is an ongoing effort for Metro, especially as the city grows and new challenges arise.
There will be more infrastructures being built around our rail line system. So we have to continuously look at those elements that affect our railway and see how we can mitigate and make it safer for either pedestrians or motorists that are in the area.
Over the next year, Metro will track collisions at the intersections involved in this pilot project to assess the effectiveness of the project and find ways to improve. That could lead to more signs at additional intersections. Doug?
Thanks, Chelsea. Metro's Post Oak Road pedestrian bridge is a safe and convenient way to get from one side of I-10 to the other near Memorial Park. The bridge was unveiled in October and crosses 17 lanes of the Katy Freeway. It's 14 feet wide, 600 feet long, and took about a year and a half to complete. If you get a chance, check it out. Newly designed bus shelters are being installed to make your travel experience even better. The silver structures are now more durable with steel framing and feature solar-powered lighting. Metro expects to install 400 a year, giving priority to locations by the number of daily rides, access to activity centers like hospitals and stores, and frequent use by senior citizens or those living with disabilities. There should be 2,000 of these new shelters up within the next 5 years. Metro is committed to making all bus stops universally accessible. That work has been going on for several years, and just before Christmas, a major milestone. 5,000 stops have now been updated. We are not done yet. The improvements will continue to provide better access for everyone. The authority's Arts in Transit program is rolling right along. 4 student artists in Aldine ISD will see their winning bus shelter designs go up across the district. Each captures the unique spirit of the student school. Metro is proud to collaborate with school districts around the region to transform stops into vibrant spaces that become symbols of community pride. Metro is proud to honor some employees who've gone above and beyond. First, you will see how a bus operator made a heart-pounding rescue when he spotted a 4-year-old in the middle of traffic on Westheimer. And then Metro Police and others rushed to help a very scared little girl who was lost. These stories unfold in the videos you're about to see.
At the moment, the only thing I was thinking about is could I make it to her? She was roughly from me, 5 lanes, completely by herself, and everything on the other side of her was doing 40 and 50 miles an hour. There's a high rate of speed on Westheimer. When she crossed the street, I was trying to figure out what it was at first because it was so small crossing the street. And once I was closer, I noticed that it was a girl. So then I started looking for her parents. When I stepped off the bus, actually beforehand, I was honking the horn to let everybody know, try to let everybody know she was crossing the street. I need to find a way to make it to her. She took another step into the next lane, so I had to go into frantic mode, and I ran across to try to save her. When the car hit me, it just stopped everything. And I took 2 more steps and looked and noticed that the child was all right. I looked down, I was bleeding, and the family ran out because they were in the store looking for her. The mother was practically on her knees crying, and the family and the child were not Metro customers, but I was there to help regardless. Once they stitched me up and took the stitches out, I was ready to go back to work. You know, I don't feel like a hero, to be honest with you. I was glad that I was there, you know. It's a great job. I try to help as many people as I can.
We received a call about a lost little girl. She was over at Wheeler Transit Center. She had been on the bus all the way to the end. I made my way down there and I immediately see this cute little girl. She looks terrified, scared to death. There was a language barrier. There's a bit of a disconnect there, but we tried to get as much information as we can. We got her something to eat, you know, just to make her a little more comfortable. And after a while, she started to play a little bit and laugh and joke. I came down to her level, eye level with her. I told her my first name, you know, and just tried to be very relatable to her, tried to make her as comfortable as possible. And that's when we were able to get her name.
Where I picked them up. I'm trying to figure out where
we were able to get video footage pretty swiftly. She did board with a group of other children on their way to school. She sat at the front of the bus. The group of kids sat towards the back, and when they got off, they kind of forgot about her. So once we were able to locate the school that she was enrolled in, I did transport to school, just keeping her feeling comfortable, finding out that she was 6 years old, her second day at the school, and I just hope that her first impression with police officers, with the Metro Transit, was a positive one. You know, all of these great people are surrounded by her to get her, you know, reunited with her parents or back to school.
The kindness of another bus operator is a lesson for all of us. Here's why one family calls him a class act.
I know it's just a bus ride, it's just a ride from point A to B, but it's not.
Josh Vance depends on Metro to get his son to and from his school bus stop each day. Josh also lives with a disability that makes it hard to walk. Timing is crucial. If the school bus is late, Josh and his family will miss the Metro bus. It's something that happens often, and when it does, it means a long wait or a long walk home.
I was watching the bus come down the road as we're pulling up, and I'm like, and I'm on my wife, I was like, is it coming? It's coming. She said, no, it's stuck. I'm like, oh man, there's no way I'm gonna.
Meet Metro bus operator Mark Price, who happened to be Josh's driver one day.
My name is Mark Price. I've been with Metro for 2 years, and I work out at the Hiram Clark bus facility.
The school bus was late, but operator Price decided to wait so the family could get home without having to walk or wait for the next bus.
And I could see that he needed the help, so that's what I did.
And that little act right there, man, was the world to us that day. Because
I think I chose this career because I'm used to seeing, interacting with people. With this job, I get to meet people of all different walks and races, and it's satisfying.
It's not just, you're not just driving buses out there. You really are genuinely helping people and changing people's lives, like my son. And that means the world to me as a father.
Metro employees helped make the holidays much brighter for a whole lot of children. Several employees at the Fallbrook bus operating facility put smiles on faces at Garden Oaks Montessori School by hosting a festive party filled with food, fun, and even a special gift for each child. Metro employees funded the party themselves and bought the gifts, demonstrating their commitment to giving back to the community.
We were a Title I school in Aldine ISD. We're just grateful that Metro was able to, help us with this big initiative.
Metro also made a big difference at Thanksgiving. Employees from the Polk and Fallbrook operating facilities provided food boxes to 9 students from Garcia Lessa Primary School and their families. After getting a call from the school counselor, the employees started shopping for turkeys and traditional side dishes, as well as cookies, chips, and juice.
I felt privileged, honored, walking inside the school to see the kids with the signs and whatnot. It made my heart melt. It's just a little bit. And I really appreciate that. It made me feel good.
Helping the community in any way possible is a big part of the Metro work culture. And that certainly is the #1 goal of our customer service department. Remember, you are never traveling alone. Give us a call at 713-635-4000 anytime you need help before, during, or after your trip. We also hope you'll connect with us on social media. Check out our English and Spanish language Facebook pages, Twitter, and Instagram. Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner helped Metro celebrate transit innovation as the authority's all-new zero-emission autonomous shuttle was unveiled. Once deployed, FutureLink will become one of the first mid-size shuttles of its kind in the entire country, able to carry 14 passengers and accommodate 2 wheelchairs.
Today, we're excited to share the first viewing of our Houston Shuttle of the Future, Metro's FutureLink. Once deployed, it will be one of the first mid-size autonomous transit shuttles in the country that meet all federal standards and that provide a fully accessible experience for our riders with a disability.
It can operate on city streets and will provide first and last mile connections between locations like Texas Southern University and the Eastwood Transit Center. Metro is also growing its fleet of electric buses, part of its climate action plan. One was on display during the event with the mayor. Metro is committed to only buying zero-emission buses by 2030. Metro is training mechanics to work on zero-emission buses and the entire fleet. And we're always looking for great people to join our team. There are hiring incentives of up to $8,000 for mechanics and up to $4,000 for bus operators. But we have all kinds of jobs in many other fields too. You can see all the open positions at www.ridemetro.org/careers. Once you're here, there is always opportunity to grow, and coworkers often become like your second family. That's what happened for Lupe Gomez Jr., and his journey started 30 years ago. Take a look.
My name is Lupe Gomez Jr. I've been with Metro for 30 years. They told me that there was a cleaner job position open, so I said, well, I'll take that to start off with, and then I became a bus diesel mechanic. And then I moved over here to the rail. We overhaul everything, change the hoses, the wiring. I try to have fun that way the day passes by, and I try to learn something new every day. A lot of people know me for the whole 30 years.
This guy right here. That's it.
This, me and Robert, we both started 30 years ago. Everywhere he goes, I go. Everywhere I go, he goes. So we've been pretty much at the same facility all the time. This is my second family from my family at home. It's just been a good company to me, to me and my family. You start off at Metro and then you can move up as you want, because there's plenty of jobs.
Quite the career journey. Again, if you are interested in working with us here at Metro, please get in touch. In the meantime, take care, and we hope to see you on board.